200 teenagers raided a supermarket like they were Vikings, fighting each other, picking shit off the shelves, throwing stuff on the floor. We took TikTok away from 16-year-olds for 5 days, and they started turning into pillaging, marauding Vikings, fighting each other in the aisles of supermarkets. I watched that footage, and I'm going to be honest, a lot of people are very outraged. A lot of people are very angry. A lot of people are thinking we need to lock these teenagers up. I watched that footage, and I don't think I've ever in my life felt more jealousy. Oh, to be 16 years old and running into a supermarket with so many other 16, 17-year-olds that you are effectively anonymous, to live so safely underneath the responsibility of the law, underneath purely free from the consequences, completely unable to be tried as an adult. Oh, to be 16 doing pure vandalism for the love of it. I got to tell you, if I was in that group of teens, I would be lighting fires in the pet food section. I would be piling up cat litter. I'd be going to the firelighter section. I'd be piling it up. I'd be burning shit. Okay? If I was there as an adult, like I'm in my 30s now, I may have burned down a Woolworths just because I got swept up by the kids. You know? Like, I can't be around environments like that because I will get swept up with the crowd and I will start lighting shit on fire. I think that it's great. I think that it's really good. I think that that it really shows that this social media experiment where we've been running on kids, like let's raise them with iPads, has really paid off. Because, you know, when you take an iPad away from a 6-year-old, they start to cry. You take TikTok away from teenagers, they burn down supermarkets and start stomping on each other's heads for no reason. And what's hilarious about this is that's obviously the most fun that any of these kids have had for their entire life, because I just read on the news, I was looking up, I wanted to read about why did this happen, because literally about 200 teenagers went to the beach middle of the day and then stormed the supermarket for some reason just to punch on, and then started ripping shit off shelves and throwing it on the floor for seemingly absolutely no reason at all. Like they were just doing it because everyone was doing it. I Googled this to figure out, okay, well, maybe they've worked out why it's happened. I come to find out that today they've done it again. Like the next day they just showed up again. And the police have gone, what the fuck is happening? They got no idea what's going on. The police are begging parents to dob in their children. Say, hey, if any of your children were involved in a 2-day meaningless riot, can you please bring them into the police station? Personally, I'm gonna show up there tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be a day 3, all right? I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go straight to the fresh produce section. I'm gonna be piffing tomatoes at kids. I'm gonna shave my beard. I'm gonna walk in there like, hello children. I'm gonna get the broccoli Zoomer haircut, and I'm just gonna try and blend in as a 6'8" graying Zoomer, just so I too can get involved with the supermarket raids. That's what else are kids supposed to be doing, man? It's 30 degrees. It's fucking hot. There's no phones. Okay? We didn't give them anything to replace the phones with. All right? We banned them from social media, and we didn't say here's a tennis racket. We just said figure it the fuck out. And they're going through dopamine withdrawal, and the only two things that can replace 6 hours of Instagram reels a day is punching on in the supermarket or fingering each other at house parties. And, you know, I'm just glad that those two have not been combined, you know? We're really lucky that these teenagers, upon getting banned from social media, didn't realize, oh shit, I'm going through puberty, and start fucking each other in the fresh food aisle, you know? Just putting cucumbers in each other. We're lucky that they decided to punch on instead. That's one thing that I would not take swept up in. You know, I would leave that situation. All right. If the teens start fucking, I'm out of there. If they start punching on, look, I'm swinging. Okay. I'm throwing elbows around. I'm causing concussions. I'm throwing, if I was there, I would have gone straight to the dairy aisle and I would just be grabbing 2-liter bottles of milk and piffing them up in the air just to watch them smash on the ground. That's what I would be doing. I'd be getting extra virgin olive oil and I'd be piffing them at my extra virgin 16-year-old friends. Okay? I don't know why anyone is even remotely surprised about teenagers storming supermarkets to throw shit on the ground. We took everything away from them. Okay? We took their phones, we took their vapes, we took their hobbies. Have you driven past a school recently? Have you ever driven past a high school? It looks like a fucking office building. My old high school, I drove past it. They've got 3-story fucking office buildings there where the playground used to be. There's no open outdoor space. I don't know what the fuck these kids are doing on lunch. I used to run around and kick a ball. There's no room for balls. Have you ever driven past a school recently? Look what we've done to them. We've put them in prison. And they didn't notice because we gave them phones. And we said, yeah, sure, scroll to your heart's content. Oh, you can't read yet? No worries. You know how they're making these kids read now or learn to read? Do you remember how you learned to read? Sound it out. Apple. A-P-P-L-E. You know they're not letting the kids sound out words and they're not letting the kids give names to letters anymore? I was hanging out with family. They got a little 4-5-year-old and he's learning to read. And I go, oh, I'll help him out. And I go, what's this letter? I point at B and he goes, B. I'm like, yeah, what's it called? And he goes, B. Huh? I go, no, that's B. And then the mum comes over and she goes, no, that's how they teach them how to read now. You're not allowed to name the letter. It's B. The fuck do you mean it's B? They don't let the kids sound out the words. They get them to memorize the shape of the word. You're illiterate, bro. They're making these kids look at fucking words like they're hieroglyphics. It's not Mandarin, brother. There's not a unique character for every single fucking word. How can you read the English language if you're not allowed to sound out fucking letters and sounds? How do you say X? What the fuck is X? Z? No, that's Z. Z. X, Xy, ski? What the fuck is X? Bro, if I started sounding out a fucking word and my teacher was like, don't sound it out, you need to memorize this word separately from every other word that shares all of the letters, even though they sound very similar, and it'd be way easier to sound it out. I would just fucking take a sledgehammer to my local Woolworths too. Like, why would I try? I'm fucking 15 years old. You're trying to raise me in an office building and telling me that I cannot be a boy or read. I'm gonna take my frustrations out in the fresh food section of Coles. All right? I think that we're lucky that these kids didn't storm an Aldi because they would go straight to that weird aisle full of miscellaneous objects and probably find cutlasses and swords. Anyway, not the worst thing to happen at a beach in Australia this week.